Hey, I am officially back on YouTube, and I am here to provide my thoughts on Scott Cooper's Out of the Furnace. In Out of the Furnace, Christian Bale stars as Russell Bays, a man who lives in sort of a deadbeat town. He's very poor, but he works hard at the steel mill, and he lives an honest life. He watches out for his brother, Rodney Bays, played by Casey Affleck, and cares for his dad, who is sick, and he's in a committed relationship with his girlfriend, played by Zoe Saldana. So he works hard, and his life's pretty good, but then when he gets in a drunk driving accident, he goes to prison, and when he comes back, everything is just horrible. And Casey Affleck is falling in. He goes to Iraq, and he comes back, and he's having trouble finding a job, so he falls in with some bad people. He falls in with Woody Harrelson, who is it's this drug ring, who also has bare knuckle fights, and him and Willem Dafoe go to fight someone in Woody Harrelson's neck of the woods. And when his brother goes missing, and Forrest Whitaker, the police officer, can do nothing to help find him, Christian Bale, Russell Bays, teams up with his uncle, Shepard, I don't really remember what his name was in the movie, to find Rodney. And it makes for an extremely good film, but also a very divisive film. So as you can tell, this is an incredibly star-studded movie. Definitely the biggest strength of this movie is the acting. The ensemble is just one of the most star-studded casts, and it is fantastic. Some of the standouts, though, are Christian Bale, who gives one of his best performances. He is great. You can really feel sympathy for his character, who just tries so hard to live a good life, but just can't. Bad things just keep happening to him. Casey Affleck, who's amazing as the brother, who just can't stop getting in these fights and just is not as honest or as good a person as Christian Bale. And probably the best performance in this entire movie is by Woody Harrelson. He's just out of control in this movie, but he is amazing. His character is so messed up, but it's fantastic. He is fantastic in this movie. The direction by Scott Cooper. This is the first Scott Cooper movie I've made. The other movie he made, this is his second film, the other movie he made is Crazy Heart with Jeff Bridges, and I think Jeff Bridges won an Oscar for that, and I've never seen that. It's supposed to be very good. The direction here by Scott Cooper is very good. He knows how to shoot it. Well, it's well shot, well directed, and it's done in a style that's not conventional. Time will just jump, and you can tell by hairstyles or whatever. So it's very good. He's a very good director. It's very well directed. The script is pretty good. It's got some good lines in there. It's well written. It wasn't a very standout script, but I had no problems with it. So a lot of people, I've been reading a lot of reviews. This is a very divisive movie. Some people say it is amazing, and some people just hate it. I think that the reason a lot of people aren't liking this, the trailer sort of marketed it as an action movie. It seemed like Christian Bale was going to go hunt down his brother and be kicking a lot of butt with his rifle, which is very cool in this movie. But it's not. This is in no means an action movie. In fact, there's barely any action, except for maybe one scene, and then the fights. This is a character study drama, studying Christian Bale. This is a very sad movie, and in no means is it an action movie. There's a lot of metaphors in it, and symbolism, and it's just showing different things without really talking about them. I had to think about this. This movie makes you think. I had to think about it a little after I saw it to really get what it meant and the symbolism. And I just think this is an amazing movie. I think that the symbolism really works here. It's showing how different everyone is, and I don't want to spoil it, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. It is great. And I think that, sure, it's not an action movie, and if you hate it because it's not an action movie, that's not really a reason to hate it, because this is not an action movie. This is a drama, and it is a study of choices and their effect, and is it really worth getting revenge? Will it really make a difference? And I've got to say, the ending of this movie, about the last maybe 10 to 15 minutes, is one of the best endings I've seen maybe all year. Maybe. It is an amazing ending. But it's just a very good movie, but you just have to make sure that you know what it's going to be like coming into it, because I went into it expecting an action movie, and I came out with Out of the Furnace. And it could have been a reason for me to hate it. At first, I was sort of divided, but I've thought about it, and I've realized that this is not an action movie. This is a drama, and it is an amazing movie. Which is why I'm going to give Out of the Furnace an A. Now, before I go, a lot of people were confused about this last shot in the movie. And I think I know what it means. Now, attention, spoilers ahead. If you don't want this movie spoiled, stop this video right now. I think that the last shot is Christian Bale sitting at a table alone. And this is after he kills Woody Harrelson, who killed Casey Affleck. And Forrest Whitaker tried to stop him, but he did it anyway, Christian Bale. So, I think that this is showing that, sure, he killed Woody Harrelson, but did he really get anything out of it? He's still alone. His girlfriend is still with Forrest Whitaker, which I thought was kind of strange. And he's pretty much whole family, except for his uncle, is dead. His dad is dead. Casey Affleck's dead. So it sort of shows that revenge brought him nothing, and he's still alone. That's my interpretation of it. If you have a different interpretation of it, post a comment. Tell me about it. So yes, that's my review of Out of the Furnace. If you're watching right now, spoilers over. That's my review of The Furnace. I'll be putting up more reviews soon, hopefully, and doing them more frequently. And I'll see you later.